Yo, what's going on guys? JTK here and welcome back to a brand new Bleach Brave Souls video. Now in today's video, we're going to be having another discussion slash concepts video. Now, the other one, alright, the last one, didn't get the, awareness or the exposure that I wanted it to. But, well, I mean, what could you expect from, like, your second or first video on the channel and literally no one knows you? So I'm not complaining, but hopefully it blows up later on and people can see this as being a real thing, because I am listening to the YouTubers. I'm listening to Bleach Cowboy, or Wad, Dom, or 2Game Productions. I'm listening to Tom Barry. I mean, like, I'm listening to all these people. Not that all of them are actually, talking about this, but, at some points here and there, the game is boring. The game is just, it's just getting pale. It's just getting kind of, it's just getting stale. So, and what was it? There's a new Frenzy coming out, guys. Oh my gosh, let's just chit chat about that for a minute. I know you guys are looking at this like, what is this? Is this a new item being added to the game? Well, I'll talk about that in a few seconds here and there. But the Aizen, I literally commented it in Bleach Cowboy's video. I told him, I called it, dude. Like, I talked to myself about this. I talked to myself about a lot of these things. This is why I make these videos. And one day, I was actually going to make a Frenzy video, a discussion video about, like, a new Frenzy character that could potentially happen. And one character I thought it was going to be after the Ichigo, or something like that, would be a... this was back when the Ukiura thing was around, because I already knew that Ichigo was going to be up next for the, reroll thing for the 6-star. So I was like, after this one, they might just add in, or they could add in a Frenzy Kisuke. And I'm sure so many people thought this, because there's jewels in the game, and he only has crystal links. I thought he could have whatever percent crystal and whatever percent jewel. But he ended up getting slash jewels, or he ended up getting both anyway, so it kind of just defeated the whole soul trait purpose. It kind of just ruined it, but at the same time it's good because more than one character can have that, not just a Frenzy character. So that's good. I like that they actually ended up doing that anyway. That was the whole big reason why I thought having a Frenzy Kisuke would be so cool. But anyway, they have a Frenzy Aizen, guys. And I called it. I said that he's gonna, what if they made like a, version of him in his, outfit that he's in all the time when he's ruling over Waco Mundo. I was telling myself this, and I was talking to my brother about this, because the Orange Aizen, and you guys should know that I have the Orange Aizen. At least my Twitch followers, they know that I have the Orange Aizen, and he does not look like the Aizen you see throughout just about the whole freaking series. He looks like he's still in his captain robe, and they have the Hogyoku Aizen. So I'm just like, did they just completely throw that out? And I saw, and this came to mind around the Ukiura Frenzy, because they showed his first release and then his second release. And well, they showed his second release, but then went back to his first release as a Frenzy. So I'm like, ooh, what if we got him for free? Or what if we got, him as a Frenzy, like, that'd be sick. And it ended up happening. I'm so happy. I'm so hyped. It happens tomorrow. It's going off tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow. I wish I could stay up, until, like, past midnight with this thing and play it right away and have, like, a review for you guys as far as 5-star stats go and all that, and, like, gameplay. I hope his gameplay, I hope his strong attacks, all that is good. Now, that's out of the way. Let's get to the actual video, okay? I know this video is actually coming out at the end of the week, so me saying it's coming out tomorrow is kind of weird, but I'm actually pre-recording this. This is coming out, I believe, Saturday, and I'm recording this in, like, midweek around, like, Wednesday, so, or Tuesday, whoops. So, if you're confused on what I just said, then here, that's why. But anyway, today's video is about to be about accessories and how, why there are no accessory summons. Now, I know what you're thinking, oh, there already are accessory summons. What are you talking about? There's not really any accessory summons, guys. I mean, what's the point in even having the accessory banners if there's nothing, popular about it, or nothing cool, or, nothing that people will appeal to? Nobody really spends their orbs on accessories anymore. That's sort of a thing that you would do earlier in the game. because that was a really good way of improving yourself, and just having accessories was just cool overall. But now it's like you get so many like accessory tickets and all this stuff, and it's like, who really cares, you know? It's not something worth summoning for, which is something that Bleach Cowboy talked about when it came to characters. Was they, they have a criteria, and how, he had a discussion video too, by the way, guys, but how, they have, they had a criteria, and, popularity and, importancy, basically. And I'm just like, the accessories, as far as the game goes, not just the story and all that, and characters, but accessories are not, too hot. Like, there's some popular, accessories, but importancy, as far as that banner goes, as far as that default banner goes, it's like having premium character summons. Nobody really cares that much, unless they're willing to, sacrifice a lot of orbs to getting a certain character that that you're probably gonna get, not just specific characters on a different banner. But and I'm also drinking something as I talk, so just if I pause a little bit between here and there, then that's why. But yeah, that's just, that's kind of where I'm heading at right now. The current accessories slash banners are pretty boring, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna talk about my custom accessories that I made for this presentation, I guess you can say. And yeah, that's probably, what the rose is for. This isn't a new accessory, this is just something I came up with. So it could be, this one is obviously something I want to be like, multi attribute to other people. Now, I could take it to where this thing could either have 30% stamina, alright, stamina plus 30% as an effect, or it could have stamina plus 14% or defense plus 14%. And if you guys don't know, then JP actually has this, because a little while back, if you do remember, and if you don't, then I'll tell you, JP got a hollow mask accessory, the same one I'm pretty sure that Ashido wore in the anime, in the show. And it gives you stamina and defense plus 14%. So I'm just like, we don't really have anything like that. We have the Parasol, which gives you attack and focus plus 14%. We have the spiritual cane, or the spirit cane, or whatever it is, the staff, that gives you stamina and SP. And then we have the Christmas hats that give you defense and SP. And then we have, I believe, what is it called, guys? I don't even remember. But we have another accessory that gives you, what is it called? Yeah, I don't remember. So I'm just like, why not have this? Because JP has this, So that's just about it. I mean, it could be multi attribute, and if you don't have the matching attribute, these are also max rate. This is at max rate, by the way, and if you it's usually cut in half if you have the wrong attribute, or if it's not matching. So that would be 15% stamina, or it would be 7% of stamina and defense. And the name of this accessory, this custom accessory that I came up with, I'm going to say them at the beginning of the slides, by the way, I forgot to say it, but is the White Dave Rose. Now, this is just an idea, because like the rose, really, I mean, I got the idea from Byakuya's flashy, super and all this other stuff. So I'm just like, wow, it really appeals. And I'm just like, what if they had a White Day Rose, just like how when they had the Parasol characters, they had like a special accessory for that. They could have a White Day Rose, or it could be even a white rose, I don't know. By the way, the quality doesn't look that bad, really. It's just that when I transferred it from, or sent it from another device that I actually worked on these images for, it kind of, it's looking pretty trashy. And you can actually tell that I put the accessory or the attribute emblem in myself, because it's kind of odd on each end, the right from the left. It's kind of just, just kind of awkward. But yeah, this is just what I've come up with. I'm pretty sure, it would make sense to give you a lot of health from a rose, instead of just being almighty powerful, having 30% attack. I thought of that at first, but, that's just kind of absurd. Alright, so the next accessory that I have, my custom accessory that I've made up, is the Substitute Soul Reaper badge, or whatever you want to call it, that Joshiro gave Ichigo during the beginning of the series. I think it was after the execution type thing, the faked thing when Aizen, was kind of exposed, and you get the gist of it. After the whole rescue, pretty sure he gave this to him, and it tells him whenever I guess hollows are around or something like that. I thought, why not, have the effects of it kind of, giving you a boost when you're, fighting out the battlefield. So I was like, okay, what if this gave you stamina plus 14%, and attack plus 14%? It gives you an extra, health boost, it gives you extra stamina, extra, energy, and it gives you extra strength. That wouldn't be too bad. We don't even have an accessory that actually does this in the game either. So yeah, because I don't think it's, very likely to add these two effects to, the same accessory. And I know that, it's kind of hard to come up with ideas like this, but, it's good to, share ideas before K-Lab can, come up with them, because it's like it gives them an even bigger idea on what they could do and build off of what you've, talked about or said, or what ideas you had. Just as I mentioned in my past video, you could build off of my video and, expand from there, have even bigger ideas, all that type of stuff. Or this could have all stats plus 15%, which I'm leaning more towards the stamina plus 14% and attack plus 14%, because all stats plus 15% is kind of, I don't know, not broken, but not too weak either for an item like this, So it just makes sense to have the other one over this. I mean, and by the way, I'm going to be, talking about which one I'd rather pick over any of them. In the past one, I'd rather have the 30% stamina for the rose, the White Day Rose. Okay, well, that's it for this. I mean, I don't really have too much for this. The 15% stats to all stats, I kind of, came up with at the last second. But, I mean, let me know what you guys think, actually, down in the comments about these custom accessories I made up, and, whether or not you would actually use them in the game. Alright, you guys, we're here. We're down to this. You guys might be thinking, is that the Hogyoku? Are you serious, bro? The Hogyoku as a 4-star item? Yes, that is the Hogyoku as an accessory. Now, let's just get this out of the way, okay? I know the whole 6-star, evolution, awakening thing is supposed to represent what a Hogyoku does to your current character and how he can enhance his powers, but then again, the Hogyoku and how the whole 6-star awakening thing goes doesn't completely fulfill its purpose with certain characters. Just characters are complete trash with the Hogyoku. Don't understand why. I know you could be at a low level and then you could rise to a high level, or you could already be at a high level and it enhances you to a very high level. Depending on where you're at, it'll increase it by a certain amount, but it's like, it's supposed to give you like what seems like limitless power. Like, let's get that out of the way. Or just enhance your powers by so much. It's like, how could they not, like, there's some characters, like, their defense only moves up by like 1 point. I've seen that before. I'm pretty sure Orange Aizen, Mind Attribute Aizen, only goes up by like 1 point in defense. Or, like, other characters will go up in like 5 points in focus. It's like, nobody really cares about that, but then again, it's still important. Like, it's like, they kind of just try to balance it out, and then it kind of like half-asses the Hogyoku's purpose, like, in the game. It doesn't really fulfill its full potential, so it's kind of a waste in a way. Which is why when you evolve your characters, you still need accessories because they're still weak. Anyway, so I came up with, it just being neutral. Honestly, I just put a attribute there to make it look cool, but because it just matches the color. Oh my gosh, it just matches the color. But yeah, I came up with the effects: all stats plus 20% or stamina plus 30%. Now, you guys may be like, oh, screw stamina, all stats plus 20%. But there's a catch to it, okay? You may have just been spoiled just a few seconds ago and saw other images that I made, but The 5-star stage, this can actually be evolved if you were to pull it, and by the way, this would be the hardest item in the game to actually get, or like the rarest item in the game that you could possibly ask for. So don't expect to get these stats right away, because I know people will max out these items in seconds if they have it, and it will make people OP. So to truly fulfill the split in half Hogyoku's potential in the game, I'm going to, well, you know, for certain characters it's like that, but for other characters like Dungai and Hogyoku Aizen, they're, you know, they're set, they're pretty cool. But the Hogyoku just needs to, you know, fill in the other, you know, end, fill in the empty spaces. So at 5-star, it moves from 20 to 40% all stats. Now you're like, what? Or maybe you're just like, okay, that's pretty good, you know, that's actually like, you know, really good. Or but then you see stamina plus 65%. Now I know like people are just like, oh, stamina, oh, but like really you think about it, it's actually super useful. Honestly, 65%. Let's say Hogyoku Aizen, for example, if you were to, like, you know, I can do it in my head, but if you were to take 809, he has 809 stamina. I know that for a fact. As at 6-star, he has 809 stamina. If you want to increase it by 65%, then that's 809 times. You want to times it by the percentage you want to increase it by, and then divide that number. The number doesn't matter, just divide that by 100, and that's how much it's increasing by. That's how much 65% of 809 is. So that's an additional 526. You want to round it to the nearest you know, whole. 809 plus 526 is 1,335 stamina. And I know what you're thinking, oh, that's kind of normal, you know, people have got 40% stamina on stuff, like, you know, blah blah blah. Well, let's say you had another 5-star accessory, and you had like a headband that had an extra 40% stamina on it. You want to take the original number 809, so let's do that real quick. I keep messing up the page here. Alright, so 809, and then you want to times it by 40%, and then divide that number by 100, and then that's an additional 323 stamina, or 326, I meant 324 stamina, sorry, as an additional 324 stamina to the number you just had. So plus 324, if I'm correct here. Yes, 324. That is 1,659. This is only Hogyoku Aizen's stamina. There are other characters like the Shikai version of Ichigo that has 990 health. Imagine that. Now let's see, you have another accessory like that shield that has like another 40%. You want to add another 324 stamina, and you're scratching the surface point here of 2,000. You're at 1,983. Adding that 10% boost, okay, plus 199. So let's say plus 199. I know how like the numbers work in the Brave Souls thing. It's you know, they go by the highest number. But you will have, just, you know, when you start a quest, you activate that 10% boost, you know, with all the stats. You will have 2,182 stamina. You are unstoppable if you have damage reduction. Anything over 2,000, anything over like the 1,500 range at the least with damage reduction, you're not dying, alright? If you have Kenpachi with over 2,000 health in PvP, and he's got damage reduction links, he's just destroying everything. He may not be super strong because you're sacrificing NAD links and a hybrid build with accessories, but like, or, you know, normal attack, or, you know, strong attack accessories, he's not gonna die. But this is just Hogyoku Aizen's health. the Fullbring Kenpachi actually has more health than him, and like I said, Ichigo has 990, which is the most in the game ever. Like the first to break like 900 besides Cone, which are kind of just, you know, broken at the same point, but I guess you could say Ichigo did first because he has more. But yeah, that's just an example of what you could do with that. Now, enough rambling. I don't want this video to be too long for you guys. On to another point. Okay, there is this set, or a much more better choice here. Now, looking at the screen, it's like, what the heck? Like, what is this? You know, like, why am I looking at like 60% SP? That's kind of, you know, weird. Like, let's just say that's more of a one-sided choice, okay? By the way, you do not get a second effect for these. That is too OP. You either choose one of these, but then again, it's like, it's one of these. Now, I'm leaning towards the 50% all stats over any of these. So this one, out of these, I'd go for the, I guess, all stats plus 40% anyway. After what I just said, I mean, still, I would still go for it, because that's a lot to sacrifice for. But in this case, 50% to all stats, and 60% SP is super, just completely one-sided. I know that there could be a lot of stuff going around if that was the trait, but it's supposed to make you all, you know, high and powerful. So I was like, oh shiz, you know, what if your SP was raised by 60%? That would be crazy. But having it all by 50% is not too far off from that, and it's all stats. Like, who cares? But see, you don't get to have a second trait. You literally don't get to have a second trait when you evolve it to this. If it were like 20%, you know, and then it goes to 50%, you won't need a second trait. That's too OP. So, you know, that's just, you know, my my thoughts on these custom accessories. Once again, this could be a neutral item, so it doesn't matter what attribute you are, it's still going to be that percentage at max. It wouldn't make any sense for it to be cut in half because you need specific attributes for a Hogyoku. That doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, that is just about it, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you guys think of this idea? Do you think it could, you know, bring some excitement to the game, you know, make it, you know, just add something new to it, make some pretty good changes. I mean, I know this kind of defeats the purpose of the whole Hogyoku, you know, 6-star awakening, but then again, that's already half-assed as it is, so this kind of fills in the gaps, if you know what I'm saying. This is just a concepts video, you know, a discussion / concepts. This isn't actually happening. I mean, if it did, I'd be so happy, but, you know, maybe one day it'll happen. I look at people's videos and they're just like, oh, we're running out of ideas, guys, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm just spewing out ideas at least every week. I have videos planned for the next 2 weeks, guys. Like, I got you covered, okay? I know how to, like, improve the game from where it is right now. Maybe not literally go in and change coding and stuff, but, like, literally go in and, like, just tell them, this will make the game better. And legit, I have ideas like that would actually make it better. Like the sandbox mode, complete creativity and all fun. Like, that is super cool. This would make you completely OP. And I have other ideas that will just make it so much more adventurous, I guess you could say, or, you know, a lot more exciting, a lot more to it, you know, than just the obvious. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to share this video as well. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Leave a like if you agree, or let me know down in the comments what you disagree with and what you agree with, and leave me like a little list, and share this video. Now, I know my last video didn't get as much exposure, you know, my last discussion video with, like, you know, the sandbox mode. It didn't get the exposure I wanted it to. Like, I wanted that to be a game-changing idea, and it literally is a game-changing idea. You know, it could bring a whole new experience, obviously, but it's like, it just didn't get the exposure I wanted it to. And so, I kind of just, you know, it's kind of a fail, but you know, it's all good still. You know, I got other videos coming out. Maybe if that didn't, you know, make it, I mean, like, I hope it, you know, blows up and then it ends up being a thing later on. But that is to be said in the future, guys. Once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. JTK out.